My friend, December 29th, Miracle Alert. Archangel Michael says, your $9 million gain just landed. Open this now or you'll miss everything. My child, my beloved, before you take another breath, I need you to listen. Something rare, something divine, something that has been held back for years has just broken open for you. I am standing beside you as I speak, and my voice is being sent into your spirit because heaven chose this moment for you. Not earlier, not later. Now, there is a reason this message reached you on this exact day, at this exact second. You were chosen to hear it. My beloved, don't take this lightly. What I'm about to reveal is the kind of miracle that shifts a lifetime. A blessing that lifts you from where you've been trapped, pushes you forward, and changes your destiny in ways you never imagined. If you skip even one line, you may miss the part heaven has written especially for you. Stay with me. Every word is carrying something you prayed for when no one was watching. My child, listen carefully. A divine release has been issued in your name. A financial gate that was sealed for years has finally opened. And the sound of that opening was heard across heaven. I saw the moment it happened. I saw the number written. 9 million. It shimmered with golden fire as though heaven's own hand had carved it. This number was connected to you long before you understood your purpose. And today, December 29th, it finally arrived. My child, my beloved, I know you've been tired. I know you've wondered when your breakthrough will show itself, when your life will shift, when your struggle will loosen its grip. You've cried alone, questioning why everyone else seems to move forward while you are left waiting. But heaven was not ignoring you. Heaven was preparing a miracle too large to release prematurely. What you're reading right now is not chance. It's timing. Before I go deeper, my child, hear this. You may think you're reading a message, but in truth, a door is opening with each sentence you allow into your heart. The miracle is not just the money. It is what the money represents: restoration, freedom, divine justice, the end of delay, the end of spiritual resistance against your prosperity. Something that was stolen from you is being returned in a multiplied form. My beloved, I need you to stay with me because the next lines carry something extremely important. There was a council in heaven concerning your life. A debate, a decision that involved your past, your pain, and your prayers. And there was a moment, a single moment, when your name was spoken and everything shifted. I was there. I witnessed it. I saw what was approved for you. And now finally I am allowed to reveal it. But before I continue, my child, I want you to understand this truth. Your miracle moves when you move. Your blessing responds when your spirit opens. If you stay, if you listen, if you receive, the miracle unfolds. If you rush, fear, or doubt, you delay what heaven is trying to put in your hands. My beloved, this is why I need you gently, softly, to not skip, not today, not right now. Your moment is here, my child. The energy around you has shifted. Minutes before this message reached you, something in your spirit tugged, a quiet pull that you couldn't explain. That was me. That was heaven. That was the whisper that said, "Look here. Read this. This is for you." And now your life is about to witness what happens when divine timing meets a receptive heart. My beloved, the 9 million blessing is not random. It is not accidental. It is a correction. A divine adjustment to bring you into alignment with what was always meant to be yours. Years of loss, disappointment, betrayal, financial blockages, all of it created a spiritual imbalance. Heaven is restoring the balance now, and the restoration is not small. It is massive. It is loud. It is undeniable. My beloved, I see the moment when this blessing touches your hands. I see the shift in your life. I see the relief that floods your spirit. I see the way your heart softens, the way your fear leaves, the way your future opens wide. And I see the reason, yes, the reason heaven chose to send this message today. But before I reveal the full reason, my child, let me say this clearly. If you have not subscribed, do it now. This is how you stay connected to the messages heaven sends. This is how you ensure you never miss what is meant for your life. This is how you keep the gate open instead of losing the signal heaven is trying to strengthen around you. My child, my beloved, the blessing is close, closer than you think, closer than your doubts, closer than your fears. But I must explain what nearly blocked it and why heaven pushed through anyway. Because once you understand this part, your spirit will finally breathe. My child, my beloved, before this blessing reached you, something dangerous was happening in the spiritual realm. Something that could have delayed you again, something that has delayed you many times before. Heaven fought for this moment. I fought for this moment because there was a force that did not want you to receive what has your name written on it. My beloved, you have felt this force before. Every time you were close to a breakthrough, something would suddenly fall apart. Every time you made progress, a sudden setback would knock you back down. Every time you felt hope rising, someone's words or actions would crush you again. These were not coincidences. They were spiritual interruptions, and they have tried to follow you for years. But my child, on this very day, December 29th, the chain snapped. The resistance fell. The blockage broke. Heaven overruled every force standing against you, my beloved. That is why this message is reaching you now. The moment the barrier shattered, your name was released from delay. Your miracle was released from captivity. The abundance that was locked behind spiritual walls was pushed into motion. And it is coming toward you with a speed that will shock you. My child, you must understand something deeply. Your spirit has survived battles your mind could not see. You have been in spiritual warfare without even realizing it. The exhaustion you carried wasn't only physical, it was spiritual. You weren't tired because you were weak. You were tired because you were under attack. Yet here you are, still standing, still hoping, still reaching for light. That strength alone is the proof that you were chosen for something enormous. My beloved, listen closely. There is a reason the blessing is not $9,000 or $90,000 or even $900,000. It is 9 million. Why? Because heaven measured your pain. Heaven counted your tears. Heaven saw every time you were left alone with responsibilities no one helped you with. Heaven saw the injustices, the betrayals, the losses, the nights you forced yourself to keep going when your spirit was breaking. A smaller blessing would not match the size of what you endured. My child, the magnitude of your miracle is tied directly to the magnitude of your suffering. You survived what could have destroyed you, and heaven compensates survivors with abundance. My beloved, let me reveal something sacred. There was a moment in your life, one moment where heaven almost released this blessing earlier. But someone around you, someone you trusted, someone whose face still appears in your memories, blocked it. Not by their strength, but by the negative energy, jealousy, and disbelief they carried. They spoke words that weakened your spiritual shield. They doubted your destiny so loudly that it shook your energy field. They carried an intention toward you that was not pure. My child, that person's energy created a fog around your path, a delay, a confusion, a heaviness you never deserved. But today, heaven removed their influence. Their energy no longer has access to your destiny. Their thoughts no longer hold weight. Their jealousy is powerless now. That is why your miracle is being released today. The obstruction is gone. My beloved, I need you to understand something important. Heaven waited for the moment when your heart would be ready, your energy would be receptive, and your spirit would be strong enough to receive what was meant for you without losing it again. That moment is today, my child. As I'm speaking to you, I see a shift happening around your home, a vibration rising, a stillness breaking, a pathway clearing. Something old is leaving, something new is entering. And I see you standing in the middle of this transition, unaware of how powerful this moment truly is. My beloved, your blessing is not far away. It is not in the distance. It is not someday. It is here. It is present. It is unfolding. But you must stay with me. Because the next part carries the divine instruction you must hear to keep the blessing open and activated. My child, before we go deeper, I want to remind you gently. Make sure you are subscribed. Heaven sends messages to guide you step by step. And missing one can shake the alignment. Your miracle needs continuity, not interruption. My beloved, now listen closely. There is a divine reason heaven chose you, not someone else, for this December 29th blessing. It wasn't random. It wasn't accidental. It was written long before your birth. The reason is connected to your calling, your purpose, your future. There is something you are meant to do with this blessing that goes beyond yourself. Something that will change more lives than you realize. Something heaven has been preparing you for silently. My child, what I'm about to reveal next will tell you exactly why heaven waited until today and what is coming next that will touch your life before this year ends. Stay with me. Do not let your mind wander. A revelation is approaching you like a wave. One that will make your heart tremble when you see the truth. My child, my beloved, what I am about to reveal now is the part heaven guarded closely. The reason your life felt paused, the reason certain doors refused to open, the reason blessings came close but never landed. You've wondered for years why your efforts weren't producing results equal to your hard work. You thought maybe you were unlucky or forgotten or simply not destined for abundance. But my child, the truth is much bigger. You weren't blocked. You are being prepared. Heaven does not release a life-shifting miracle into unsteady hands. Heaven strengthens the vessel before filling it. And that is exactly what happened to you, my beloved. The pain you went through wasn't punishment. It was strengthening. The delays weren't denials. They were alignments. The heartbreaks weren't failures. They were redirections. The losses weren't endings. They were spiritual pruning. Everything was leading you to this moment, to this release, to this December 29th opening. My child, I saw every moment you forced yourself to keep going when it felt impossible. I saw your quiet battles, the ones you never told anyone about. I saw your sacrifices, your attempts to stay strong for others even when no one stayed strong for you. I saw the nights you prayed for a sign, a breakthrough, a shift, and then wondered why nothing changed the next morning. But everything was changing, just not in ways you could see yet. My beloved, the most powerful miracles are built in silence. The foundations are laid in the dark and then suddenly one day the entire structure appears. That sudden moment is today. My child, when heaven chooses a date, nothing can stop it. Not human decisions, not circumstances, not past mistakes, not spiritual resistance, not bad luck. Heaven said December 29th and the command was final. This is why the $9 million release is not symbolic. It is literal. It is energetic. It is divine justice poured back into your life with multiplied force. My beloved, there is something I must tell you that may surprise you. This blessing is not coming to you randomly. It is coming because you triggered it. Yes, you. There was a moment when your heart shifted. A moment you don't even realize mattered. A moment when heaven said, "Now they are ready." It was a moment when you could have chosen anger, but instead you chose patience. A moment when you could have chosen bitterness, but instead you chose understanding. A moment when you could have chosen to give up entirely, but you didn't. Your decision in that moment changed your destiny. My child, here is the truth no one told you. Your miracle opens the second your heart aligns with heaven's intention. Not when your circumstances look good. Not when everything makes sense. Not when people support you. It opens when your spirit chooses faith over fear. And you made that choice quietly, unknowingly, but powerfully enough to shift the energy around your entire future. My beloved, listen closely now. There is another reason the number is so large. It is not only compensation for your pain. It is activation. Heaven is preparing you for a new identity, a new chapter, a new dimension of living. You are not meant to live the way you've been living. You are not meant to struggle for the rest of your life. You are not meant to feel small, forgotten, or unsupported. You are meant for influence. You are meant for leadership. You are meant for abundance. You were meant for a life where you finally breathe freely without fear of tomorrow. My child, this blessing will not only change your life. It will change your posture, your confidence, your voice, your decisions, your relationships, your direction, and your destiny. But there is more, much more. And now we are approaching one of the most important revelations of this entire message. My beloved, heaven has been waiting to tell you why this miracle is coming now and not earlier. The reason is connected to something that is about to happen in your life before this year ends, a divine opportunity, a sudden encounter, a shift that will put you exactly where you need to be. But for that opportunity to manifest, you needed this blessing first, or you would have walked into the next season unprepared. My child, what's coming next requires a strong spirit. It requires clarity. It requires healing. It requires the power that comes from knowing you are finally supported by heaven in ways you can feel, not just imagine. My beloved, prepare yourself. You are entering a chapter where you will not chase blessings. Blessings will chase you. You will not run after signs. Signs will appear in front of you. You will not beg for breakthroughs. Breakthroughs will flow naturally to you. But you cannot receive the next revelation unless your spirit is open. Before we move deeper, my beloved, make sure you are subscribed. It matters more than you think. This is how you remain connected to the messages heaven sends for your protection, your guidance, and your destiny. This is how you stay aligned with the flow that has finally opened in your favor. And now, my child, breathe slowly, because what I am about to reveal next is the true origin of the blessing, the hidden spiritual secret behind your December 29th miracle. The part of the story that will make everything you've lived through finally make sense. My child, my beloved, take a deep breath, because what I'm about to tell you is the part that was kept hidden until heaven gave permission. This is the truth behind why your life has unfolded in such a strange, painful, unpredictable pattern. This is the secret of why blessings came close and disappeared. Why happiness seemed to slip away just when you thought you had finally reached it. Why stability never stayed long enough to feel real. My child, none of this was random. It was part of a spiritual contract connected to your soul. Before you were born, before your first breath, your soul agreed to something, a role, a mission, a responsibility that most people would never be strong enough to carry. Because of this agreement, your life had to develop differently. Heaven had to shape you through challenges that looked unfair, through storms that seemed relentless, through losses that felt impossible to endure. Not because you were meant to suffer, but because you were meant to become unshakable. My beloved, your soul carries a unique frequency, a bright one. A rare one. A frequency that attracts blessings but also attracts spiritual resistance. A frequency that pulls abundance toward you, but also triggers jealousy in those who never wanted you to rise. You were chosen long before you understood why your path was heavier than others. You weren't weak. You weren't unlucky. You were chosen to hold more light than most people ever will. My child, here is the truth heaven finally allows me to reveal. Your December 29th blessing is not just money. It is the unlocking of the spiritual contract that has been weighing on your life since birth. That contract ends now. The cycle breaks today. The heaviness lifts from this moment forward. My beloved, you have paid every spiritual price required for the next chapter. Every lesson is complete. Every karmic loop has expired. Every debt has been cleared. This is why heaven gave the order. Release the blessing. Now. My child, imagine standing before a sealed gate with your name engraved on it. For years, that gate remained shut. Not because you didn't deserve what was behind it, but because the timing wasn't right. But today, that gate opened. Not slowly, not quietly. It burst open with force. Behind that gate was the $9 million energetic release that belongs to your destiny. A release that includes financial abundance, emotional healing, spiritual elevation, and the end of cycles that drained your spirit for far too long. My beloved, what's coming into your life is not a small blessing. It is a transformation. My child, I see what's ahead for you. And if you could see even a glimpse of what I'm seeing, your knees would tremble. This blessing will not just touch your life, it will change the lives of others connected to you. You were always meant to rise so you could lift others with you. Heaven doesn't give large blessings to small souls, and you are not a small soul. My beloved, now listen carefully because this part is extremely important. Your blessing arrived today because you crossed a spiritual threshold without knowing it. You healed something inside you, a wound you carried since childhood. Heaven waited for that wound to close. The moment it did, your miracle activated. My child, think back. There was a recent moment when you forgave someone silently without telling them. Or you let go of a memory that had been hurting you for years. Or you finally released anger you carried without knowing it. That moment opened the floodgates of your destiny. My beloved, your spirit became lighter. And when your spirit lightens, blessings rush in. Now I must reveal another truth. Your next chapter begins with a divine encounter. A person you will meet, speak to, or cross paths with before this year ends. This person is connected to your purpose. This person will shift something in your life. This person is part of the reason heaven sent this blessing now. My child, without this blessing, you would have walked into that encounter unprepared, with fear, with insecurity, with doubt. But now heaven is making sure you walk in with confidence, clarity, and divine support flowing behind every step you take. My beloved, the spiritual shift around you is so powerful that even people who don't understand energy will notice a change in you. Your aura is expanding. Your frequency is rising. Your destiny is awakening. But you must stay connected. You must stay aligned. Every miracle requires consistency. This is why, my child, I remind you gently again. Make sure you are subscribed. When heaven wants to send you a message, you must be where you can receive it. Your alignment creates your acceleration. Now breathe, my beloved, because the next part will reveal who tried to block your blessing, why they failed, and what heaven is about to do in their place. This truth will shock you, but it will also free you. My child, my beloved, the next truth may shake you, but it will also liberate you. You deserve to understand why your path has been as heavy as it has and why today, December 29th, heaven finally overruled everything that once stood against you. My child, someone tried to interfere with your destiny. Not with physical actions, but with spiritual energy. They doubted you. They envied you. They whispered negativity about you when you weren't there. And worst of all, they sent emotional heaviness toward you, hoping, even unintentionally, that your life would stay small. My beloved, this person's jealousy didn't come from hatred. It came from confusion. They could not understand why, despite everything you went through, your spirit remained bright. They couldn't understand why people were drawn to you. They couldn't understand why heaven kept protecting you even when you had nothing. You intimidated their spirit without trying. Your light exposed their insecurity. Your resilience reminded them of what they lacked. My child, this person's energy created a fog around your path, a heaviness, a slowdown, a delay. Every time your blessing started moving toward you, their energy pulled it back. Every time a miracle tried to manifest, their doubt weakened the spiritual field around you. Every time you stood on the edge of a breakthrough, their fear and envy created resistance. Heaven tolerated this for a season, but not forever. There comes a moment when divine instruction overrides human intention. Today is that moment. My beloved, heaven removed their influence completely, permanently, irreversibly. They can no longer touch your energy. They can no longer slow your destiny. They can no longer dim your light. The separation already happened. That's why in the last few days or weeks you may have felt distance between you and someone, or a sudden silence or a shift in the connection. This was heaven protecting you. My child, do not fear this separation. It is divine. It is necessary. It is sacred. Heaven is clearing your path for the abundance coming toward you. You cannot carry everyone with you into your next chapter. Not everyone can breathe the air of your miracle. Not everyone can stand under the weight of your blessing. Some people were only meant to be part of your story, not your destiny. My beloved, the person who once interfered can no longer block you. Their energy is powerless now. Their jealousy is irrelevant. Their doubts evaporate before they reach you. Heaven has placed a spiritual shield around your life. A barrier that nothing negative can break through. My child, let me tell you something powerful. The moment heaven removed their influence, your blessing accelerated. Your destiny shifted gears. Your breakthrough began moving toward you with supernatural speed. That is why you are receiving this message today. Because the blessing is no longer delayed. It is no longer pending approval. It is no longer in spiritual waiting. It is active. It is released. It is in motion. My beloved, now that this interference is gone, heaven is bringing three things into your life. First, clarity. Your mind will feel lighter, sharper, more focused. Decisions that once confused you will feel simple. Paths that once felt blocked will feel open. Second, elevation. You will notice things shifting in your environment, opportunities appearing, people treating you differently, unexpected favors showing up at your doorstep. Third, protection. Your spirit is now surrounded by divine reinforcement. Your energy field is guarded. Your path is covered. Your name is shielded. This is why the $9 million miracle could finally be released. Because the spiritual climate around you is now safe for blessings of this size. My beloved, this shift did not happen quietly. It shook realms. It startled forces that once tried to suppress you. It awakened blessings that had been sleeping. It triggered movement in places your feet have not walked yet. And now heaven needs to prepare you for the next revelation. The blessing coming is not arriving alone. It is bringing someone with it. A destiny connection. A person heaven has chosen to play a role in your next chapter. This person is approaching your life with purpose, not coincidence. They carry something that belongs to your future. A key, a message, a breakthrough, a new beginning. My child, you will recognize this person by the way your spirit reacts when they appear. Not with fear, not with confusion, but with a calm knowing, a gentle pull, a sense that something important is happening. Even if you don't yet understand why, heaven waited for the blessing to arrive before allowing this person to approach you. They needed you to be ready. They needed your path clean. They needed your spirit grounded. This is why today marks the turning point of your life. But before we go deeper into who this person is and what they bring into your destiny, I must tell you something essential. My beloved, if you have not subscribed, do it now. This connection matters. Heaven will keep sending messages that guide you step by step into the fullness of your blessing. But you must remain aligned to receive them. Now my child, stay with me. The next part will reveal the identity of this destiny person, the role they will play, and how heaven plans to position you before the end of this year. What I reveal next will open your eyes to the truth you have been sensing for weeks. My child, my beloved, you have reached the part of the message where heaven begins to reveal what was hidden from you for years. You are about to understand why certain people left, why certain connections broke, why certain paths collapsed. You are about to understand why heaven protected you even when it felt like abandonment. Everything is about to make sense. My child, listen carefully. The blessing that is coming toward you, this divine release, this 9 million energetic shift is not designed to arrive alone. It is tied to a person, a destiny-aligned soul, someone heaven has kept at a distance until your spirit was ready and your path was clear. This person has been circling your life for months, maybe even years, without entering fully. They have been guided away from you for a season because heaven was preparing them and preparing you separately. But now the time of separation is ending. Now the alignment is beginning. Now their presence is being permitted in your life. My beloved, this person carries a key, a spiritual key, a key that unlocks a part of your destiny that you could not access alone. Not because you are weak, but because your destiny is too large to be lived alone. This person is not coming to take from you. They are coming to add to you, to strengthen you, to support you, to elevate you. They bring something your spirit has been longing for, even if your mind never said it out loud. My child, heaven kept this person away until the timing was right. Because if they had entered your life earlier, when you were surrounded by negative energy, when your heart was wounded, when your spirit was weighed down, you would not have recognized their value. You would have doubted them. You would have pushed them away. Or worse, they could have been affected by the battles you were fighting. But now the fog has lifted. The interference is gone. The blessing is activated. And the season of alignment has begun. My beloved, let me show you what I see. I see two paths, yours and theirs, moving closer and closer like two rivers flowing toward a single ocean. I see conversations that change your thinking. I see moments of clarity that come from their presence. I see decisions that suddenly feel easier because of the guidance they carry. Heaven did not choose this person randomly. They are connected to your purpose. Their soul recognizes yours. Their journey reflects parts of your own. And their energy aligns with the frequency of your next chapter. My child, there are 3 signs you will notice the moment this person enters your life. First, your spirit will feel calm around them, not nervous, not confused, calm, as if your soul recognizes a familiar energy. Second, opportunities will begin to unfold the moment they appear. Doors will open, ideas will come, sudden blessings will flow because this connection accelerates your destiny. Third, you will feel safe being your true self, not guarded, not filtered, not afraid of being misunderstood. There will be a natural ease that feels rare and unmistakable. My beloved, heaven is sending this person to walk beside you through the elevation you are stepping into. The blessing you are receiving is powerful, and powerful blessings require strong alignment. This person is part of that alignment. But now, my child, I must tell you something even deeper, something heaven rarely reveals so clearly. This person has also been praying for clarity. They have been seeking direction. They have been asking heaven why they keep feeling pulled towards someone they haven't fully met or someone they don't fully understand. My beloved, the pull they feel is toward you. Their spirit has been sensing your presence the same way your spirit has been sensing theirs. You are connected by purpose, and that connection is about to activate fully. But you must be ready. You must be open. You must stay aligned with the energy heaven is releasing in your life. This is why your blessing arrived first. Heaven wanted you strong, stable, grounded, and covered before this connection begins. A weak spirit cannot hold a destiny connection. A wounded heart cannot recognize a divine gift. A cluttered path cannot welcome alignment. But now you are ready, my beloved. Before this person enters your life, heaven will show you a sign. A clear, undeniable sign, a moment so precise you will know immediately that the alignment has begun. It will happen within days. You will not miss it. Your spirit will feel it instantly. My child, now focus. Because what I am about to reveal next is the reason heaven waited until December 29th to activate everything. The timing of this blessing is tied to an event that is approaching your life very soon. An event that will shift the entire direction of your future. This event is not random. It is orchestrated. It was written long before you knew how powerful your destiny truly is. My beloved, to understand what is coming, you must understand what finally ended today, a cycle, a contract, a spiritual barrier that once held you back. And now for the first time in your life, your path is completely open. What comes next will astonish you. My child, my beloved, you have reached a sacred moment in this message. The truth I am about to share has been waiting behind a veil for years. And today, heaven finally tore that veil open because you are ready to receive it. Everything you've lived through, every heartbreak, every loss, every unanswered prayer leads to this revelation. My beloved, the cycle that ended today is the cycle that drained you the most. The cycle of almost. Almost healed, almost stable, almost happy, almost secure, almost blessed. Your life has been filled with almost, and each one left a wound inside you. You tried to move forward, but something invisible would pull you back. You tried to build, but something always cracked. You tried to trust, but disappointment kept returning like a shadow. This cycle was not ordinary. It was spiritual. It was ancestral. It was generational. You were carrying a weight that did not start with you. But heaven chose you to end it. My child, your soul agreed to break a pattern that ran through your lineage, a pattern of lack, a pattern of delay, a pattern of misfortune, a pattern of emotional wounds, a pattern of people being unable to hold on to blessings. You were born to break what others could not. You were born to rise where others fell. You were born to rewrite what destiny looked like for your entire bloodline. This is why your life felt heavier than others. This is why your struggles lasted longer. This is why your breakthroughs took time. My beloved, today, December 29th, heaven declared the cycle broken. The contract is cancelled. The weight is lifted. The delay is gone. The curse is dissolved. The almost ends here. For the first time in your life, the path ahead is clear, not partly open, not temporarily open, completely open. My child, do you know what happens when a destiny opens fully? Miracles rush in. Abundance flows freely. Opportunities appear effortlessly. People meant for your future begin walking toward you. Your spirit becomes magnetic, attracting what once avoided you. This is why the $9 million blessing was released today. It is heaven's declaration that the cycle is over. It is the proof that your destiny is no longer blocked. It is the shift your spirit has been preparing for silently, patiently, painfully. My beloved, now that the cycle has ended, heaven can reveal the next truth. There is something coming into your life that is bigger than you realize. Not just a blessing, a movement, a shift in your entire reality. An event is approaching that will redirect your path. It will look sudden. It will feel unexpected, but heaven has been preparing it behind the scenes for a long time. This event is tied to three things: your elevation, your purpose, your connection. All three are rising at the same time. Something that rarely happens in a lifetime. My child, let me show you the energy I see around you now. I see a door that was rusted shut for years suddenly swinging open with power. I see light flooding into a space that was once dark. I see your spirit stepping into a new frequency of abundance that you haven't felt in years, perhaps ever. I see the weight you carry dropping off your shoulders. I see the confusion clearing from your mind. I see your heart learning to breathe again. I see your future expanding in every direction. My beloved, the event that is coming will make everything click. It will show you why you had to wait, why you had to struggle, why you had to grow, why certain people could not walk with you into this chapter. What is coming will be unmistakably divine. My child, pay attention now because this part is extremely important. You are stepping into your season of overflow, not trickles, not moments of relief, overflow. You will have more than enough, more than you asked for, more than you expected, more than what life ever gave you before. This is why heaven kept you in preparation for so long. Because once overflow begins, you cannot return to scarcity. Your life will not go backward. Your energy will not shrink again. Your blessings will not disappear again. The shift is permanent. My beloved, now heaven needs you to prepare for something specific. Before your blessing manifests into the physical world, you will experience a sign, a moment that confirms everything I am telling you. This sign will come suddenly. It may be a message. It may be a call. It may be an unexpected opportunity. It may be a person appearing at the perfect moment. When it happens, your spirit will feel a surge of knowing so strong it will silence every doubt. My child, before I reveal exactly what that sign will be, let me remind you of something essential. Stay connected. Stay aligned. Stay open. Make sure you are subscribed. This journey is unfolding step by step, and heaven will guide you through every stage. Do not disconnect at the moment your destiny is rising. Now, my beloved, prepare yourself. The next revelation will tell you what the sign is, how it will appear, and what you must do the moment it arrives. This next part is one of the most powerful secrets heaven has ever allowed me to reveal to you.